What's going on, y'all? It's No Jeezy, and today I'm going to talk about how I got let go from St. Louis public schools. Huh? Um, the reason why I got let go is because I taught the students sports gambling, specifically Prize Picks. Okay, taught them how to use the app, taught them unders, overs, all of that. Okay, but let me preface let me further preface that, right, by saying at the time I was driving a 2015 Lexus GS 350. Okay, um, my car payment was $420 a month for it. And my insurance, I was paying like $350 a month, both a little below like the median, the average, both below the average. My car payment was actually $404. Okay, but I say that to say, if you're gonna get a car to go to work, get something cash if you can, right? Get something that you can replace. Okay, get something that is not such a that is not a very big financial responsibility to you. If you're going to get a car, okay, I'm talking to my regular people. I'm talking to my normal people. I'm not talking to my big ballers that can just go. Anyway, I wasn't paying for gap insurance, so I couldn't just go get another car right away. I was paying full coverage, but I did the gap, and it took like a year. It took like a year and a lawyer to get compensated for the accident after paying all that insurance. But I say that to say that I couldn't get to my job because I live in Illinois. I live in Illinois, and my job was in St. Louis, right? So, right, you need the job. You need the car. You need the car to get across the bridge, right? Edwardsville to St. Louis. I was also going to SIUE at the time, undergrad. I was teaching middle school students in the morning, and I was going to complete my undergraduate degree at night, right? Heavy load, but I was able to handle it, and I was very thankful for all those responsibilities, man. But after that car accident, I had to make a decision. Like, do I want to continue school or do I want to keep my job, right? Keeping my job probably meant finish school a lot later. I moved to St. Louis. I keep drive a scooter to work every day, right? And just I don't know, finish school later. But finishing school meant leave the job, okay? And so I chose to stay in school, and I really think long term that's gonna be a great decision because while I was also going through problems like at home with my parents. Gen Z, a lot of us live at home with our parents, and I think rightfully so. I think we should live with our parents right now to save money. I think if you can, staying home with your parents or somebody that you love is a good. I'm trying to stay in the shade, but it is what it is. Staying with somebody that you love, if you can do that, is a good option. But for me, that was becoming very difficult. So I chose to just live in a lecture hall, right? And so Edwardsville in particular, like the the civil engineering design of Edwardsville doesn't connect a bus to go across this bridge, is this very dangerous bridge that bridges Glen Carbon to Edwardsville. So I chose to stay on campus. But when I lived on campus, though, most of my time was dedicated to my craft and my studies. So a lot of the content that you see that I've done was thus up to this point was done in that lecture hall, and I'm very grateful for that time. I paused. Let me pause this. Right, I'm gonna resume. I want to say that before I had a stuttering problem. Okay, when I was really younger, I had a stuttering problem, and now I'm able to utter exactly what I'm trying to say to you all with no issue in two languages, English and Spanish. I'm gonna start learning. I know some French as well, and I know some Samoan. I'm gonna get fluent in those pretty soon. Um, but I say that to say I studied mass communications, right? So I was living in the mass communications department at the school. I say that with no shame. Um, that's a preface to how I was making money, right? Mind you, I lost my job. There's not very many places to go, right? I was really depending like on my job and some of the money that I got from music, like DistroKid, to make little money I could afford in college to get like Starbucks or whatever, or just some regular food. I ain't had no meal plan in college. Hell, I was living on campus. As far as the university, I was commuting, right? So I was making money on prize picks, sports gambling, and I was real serious about it, cause I'm like, man, like you better get you some money. You better get you some money. I.e. Skilla Baby, GYSM, get you some money. You better get you some money, and I had to give me some money somehow so I could eat, because I had a great job. This is a $44,000 a year job we talking about here, and that's great money for a college student. That's great money for a college student. I was able to afford the Lexus. I was able to get my food. I was able to put gas in my car. I had a couple credit cards. I was balling, bro. But when me up and it all falls down. Kanye West, i.e. all falls down, Kanye West. And I had to find a way to make me some money, man. And I was thinking about doing prize picks for a little bit. And I finally got on it, man. And I was making a killing, bro. I got to go back and see how much I made. But like I made up to like $4,000. They gave me some money to start off. And I'm not encouraging gambling at all, right? I'm not saying, and I always told my students when I was teaching them this, right? Like, don't gamble. One, don't gamble with money that you need. Two, don't let gambling become an addiction. And gambling in real life is not a good addiction to have. So I always like talk to my students about the dangers of it before going into further depth, right? And so I say that to say that when I did teach the sports gambling to my students, they were very engaged. My students used to have to line up before class started, and one line over here, because I had two classes sometimes, and sometimes they be acting a damn fool, right? So sports gambling, sometimes they give you some money to start off, go collect your chips, GTA, go get you some gambling coins or whatever. Okay, if you was behaving in the line, rip you off a little sticky note with $$100. Oh, you acting a fool, nigga, 50 cents. Always the first person in line, I always give them $100. I always gave them $100. Sometimes 1,000, whatever. You can make it. You can make it up when you write it on a sticky note, right? And so when I did that, other students saw, dang, how much money you got? Oh, okay. What did you do? Because I just behaved. I just did what the teacher was telling me to do, right? Dang, bro. So anyway, they was very engaged because I was treating the class like a prize picks class. Like, okay, if you're not playing, you at least have to place your under or your over on this player. I taught them everything. I had a statistician. To write, to take score of the game. We carried that game on we treated it as a series. Raise your hand if you think if Shaq is gonna score more than 4 goals in soccer today. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Okay, then you get the money. You see what I'm saying? And my students were very engaged, and everybody understood that. And I taught students from all across the world, and they understood numbers. They understood numbers, okay? And that was one of the bigger reasons why I chose to follow through with the sports gambling thing, is because everybody understood numbers. Everybody understood math, at least a little bit. You see what I'm saying? Statistics, probability, averages. That's a great skill to have in the real world, right? And so, now another big reason why I chose to follow through with the prize picks, teaching prize picks, is because I was given an hour and a half math lecture in the gym. They told me to teach an hour and a half math lecture in the gym. I got students jittery bugging out, and they gave me some papers like, what is 5 plus 7? These niggas are, oh, excuse me, help me, Lord. They're in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. They know what 5 plus 7... I'm almost done here, but anyway, I kind of like fast forwarded a little bit. I got my job back, right? I got my job back while I was still in undergrad, still trying to wrap up everything. I ended up getting my job back, but I wasn't getting paid. I wasn't getting paid during that time frame. You know, normally after an accident or something like that, you get workers' comp and stuff like that. No, because I only worked 10 months, I wasn't able, instead of 11 months, what kind of, or 11 months instead of 12 months, whatever it is, I was 1 month off. Whatever it was, I was 1 month off, and I couldn't get like compensated for the time I was gone. I was like, I want to come back. I want to teach. I'm working full time here, and it is what it is. It is what it is. I got my job back, but how I was making money in the meantime was prize picks, and I'm like, what better way to keep my students engaged in a class where not everybody wants to participate. You got some people that are not athletes for real, but they gotta come to gym class, and then you've got the athletes that are just in there kicking ass every day. You think somebody, a little kid 5'4" wants to go up against a 6 foot 8th grader that's the high school's already talking to them about what position they want them to play in basketball and stuff like that? No, bro. No. So my students were engaged when I incorporated the sports gambling aspect into the class, nevertheless. Okay? And am I saying that is right? Absolutely not. Am I saying that is wrong? Absolutely not. I'm just saying that in a space where I was very overwhelmed and did not know what to do for real, I resulted into doing something that I knew how to do like the back of my hand, because I was gambling like every day. I was gambling every day, bro. I had no money coming in and no transportation, and I was living at school in a lecture hall, my guy. How do you go from making $44,000 a year as a middle school gym teacher to having a car accident and being completely broke? I.e. the Princess and the Frog, Prince Naveen. Completely broke. I don't know if anybody's still watching this video. I hope I'm helping somebody. Always fast forward. If you can't handle like my speed of me talking, my pace, or if you got something to do. Whenever I was watching lectures for school, I always fast forwarded a little bit. But my lectures was always interesting, just like this. This is very interesting. And I'm almost done here. I'm about to wrap it up by explaining you all what happened very briefly. Lose my car, had to get rid of my job so I can complete my degree, lived in a lecture hall, made money by learning about prize picks, using prize picks to make money. End up getting my job back, go back to school to teach the same class I was teaching before, gym class. And I got students more engaged by teaching them prize picks. and boy, we had a blast. Oh my gosh, we had a blast. When I came back, I got to teach them about like press conferences and stuff like that. Sports is a very big deal, okay? Because a lot of the times, like a lot of people develop their identities at a young age with a sports team. I.e. No Jeezy and the Pittsburgh Steelers, black and gold, right? People join fraternities and sororities for the same reason, to let people know like their identity, pretty much. And the fact that I was able at least to get my students engaged, man, I got a big heart. And sometimes it gets cold. It gets cold sometimes, but it warmed my heart to know that students were actually engaging in class. Now, when money was involved, when real life scenarios was involved, what else did I get to teach them about when I came back? I got to teach them about like sports ownership, sports business, who from the owner down to the personal trainer, not even the personal trainer, to the players, the coaching staff. I got to teach them about the different roles that happen in the sports organization to make stuff like Prize Picks actually happen, because people do win real money on Prize Picks. If you have made some money on Prize Picks, comment below. But yeah, I'm really close to being done here. I got let go from St. Louis Public Schools because of this, and Prize Picks came in clutch when I was in the bind, and I'm thankful for the experience nevertheless. I hope if you're a student of mine in the past that's watching this video now, like I said in class, I don't encourage you to gamble. But if you are gonna gamble, don't gamble with money that you need. Don't gamble with money that you don't have. Okay, and be careful and seek help if it does become a problem. But Mr. Goldsmith is doing fine now. After all of that, after getting let go, it took me a minute to kind of find what I wanted to do for real. But after playing Grand Theft Auto a little bit, I decided that, okay, let me get in the car business. And I got in the car game, and I love it. I met a lot of different people selling cars. I've got to test drive some different cars. Been inside like a couple Porsches. And it's just the beginning. So hopefully Prize Pick sees this video. Hopefully Porsche sees this video. Allows me to become a car salesman or something like that. Hopefully this video reaches out to the right person that it should. And if you don't take anything else from this video, just know that there is a place for you somewhere in this world to be successful. There's enough time, space, opportunity, money for and people. Don't forget about people, okay? And people that will accept you into I like to call it maybe a focus group, maybe, that will help you get to where you're trying to be in life, successful wise. I can't really see right now. I hope I'm not squinting my eyes from you. I'm not upset with anybody. I'm not constipated or anything like that. But I hope that this video reaches the right person. Once again, my name is No Jeezy. Follow me on all my platforms, Twitch, Instagram, no Snapchat. I got banned off of Snapchat. What else am I on? TikTok, right? Facebook, Noah Goldsmith. If you need a car, reach out to me. I'll get you a good deal. If you need a house as well, I've recently got in the real estate game. Actually, no. If you need a car or a house, don't reach out to me at all, and we'll talk about that in another video as well. Yeah. My name is No Jeezy. Hope you have a great day.